You're now tuned in to the Real Money Coach broadcast with host Tony Jackson, author of the book Increase, Protect, and Dominate Your Money. Get ready for winning tips and strategies to effectively manage your finances and learn the key principles of protecting and dominating your money. Now, here's author and host Tony Jackson.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Real Money Coach Show here on Praise 100.9 and every place that you get your podcast. I am really excited. Got some great things that have been happening. Your boy has been traveling, y'all. I've been crisscrossing the Midwest, the country, and it's been a lot of great things happening. I want to share some of those things with you. We've done everything from the family thing, a family reunion in Memphis, and then back to Charlotte, and then back to Nashville for baby shower. And then from last week, I left Charlotte and I went to Houston to the Power Networking Conference. Power Networking Conference hosted by Dr. George Fraser. And as those of you who know me know that is my mentor. George and I are very close. And so I was able to get down there barely in time to do my presentation and workshop. And that was because of a little issue with the airport and all that. But nonetheless, we made it there at 4:55. I spoke at 5 o'clock. So come in right off of the airplane hot into the meeting. But the good news about the Power Networking Conference is that next year I will not have to travel to the Power Networking Conference. Next year, 2024, 2025, and 2026. It is going to be here in the Queen City. In the Queen City, there was a great video that was showed by Mayor Lyles, Dr. George Fraser, and also someone who's going to be a guest on our show here real soon, and that is Councilman James Smudgy Mitchell. And so we are super excited about the Power Networking Conference being here in Charlotte. It was a life changer for me. The first time I went, it was in National Harbor in Maryland, and just to go and see that many African-American, female, minority business owners, executives, all in one place doing some great things. So I was super excited about that being here in Charlotte. And so the other thing is that our guest today is someone that I've known through the Power Networking Conference, Trevor Otts. He's going to be the guest on our show today, and he's also going to be the guest on Tuesday, and I think you're really going to enjoy. He's founder of a company called BlackCEO. He's going to talk about AI and automation and how it can help us take our businesses to the next level. So that was Tuesday or Wednesday last week, and then from there I had to jump on a plane early Thursday morning to be in Vegas for the first financial security conference, leaders conference, and what a conference it was. It was very exciting. Had to be there for what we call Champions Lunch by 11:30 on Thursday, and so we did that. Very blessed to have some great people from my team that joined me there. Michelle and her husband, Tony Clement. We got, Mitchell, Vaughn Clement and his wife, Thomasina, Timothy Day and Cynthia, Valerie Rhodes, and we also had Vixen Powell, as well as my wife. And so we just had a great time, great fellowship. I'm very honored to have been, able to speak to that crowd of 1,000 people, and also to walk away with an award and that type of thing. And so just really awesome. And the last thing that I'll announce very quickly in light of all that is that I am also very honored to have been informed that at the BlackCEO Awards, I will be receiving the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award from the White House. And so I'm pretty excited about that and honored to be receiving that. But before we go to music and close out, I do want to do something that's very important. Those of you who are in the Charlotte area may be aware of this, but I attend Mount Carmel Baptist Church. I'm one of the ministers there. And our beloved First Lady passed last week while I was actually in Vegas. And so I want to just send out prayers and condolences to Pastor K, Reverend Dr. Casey Kimbrough, as well as his children and his family for the loss of Lady K. And I don't want to say loss, but for the transition. And so while we take a quick music break, if you would do this, if you would just pray for Pastor K and his family, I certainly would appreciate it. And after the break, we're going to come back and I'm going to have this great interview with Mr. Trevor Otts. You're listening to the Real Money Coach Show here on Praise 100.9.
We all want to feel accepted and experience real love. But our own emotions try to convince us that we'll never be good enough. No longer feeling like a mistake, found by your grace that I can't stay.
It's you.
Jesus, it's you who understands the language of my tears.
When I can't speak about it.
The broken parts of me that haven't healed. But you're working on me.
You're making me whole.
You're still working on me.
If it's not real, remove it.
No more fake love. I don't need it.
I'm so tired.
I'm so tired of all the lies. Will anyone go the extra mile to see this hurt?
Want to scale your business to 7 figures and beyond? Join Dr. George C. Frazier, Dr. Michelle Walker Davis, Dr. Michael Roberts, Mr. Stan Matthews, and Dr. Avis Jones DeWeaver, and successful entrepreneurs from across the country at the MBN Millionaire Mindset Conference in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on October 8th and 9th. Call Stan Matthews at 732-357-5701 for more information or go to millionairemindsetlive.com to get registered right now.
Hey, Tony Jackson here. You know me as the Real Money Coach. Listen, I want to encourage you to do something. And what I want to encourage you to do is email me your questions, your comments, or even suggestions of topics that you'd like us to cover on the Real Money Coach Show. You can email it to info@therealmoneycoach.com. Again, that's info@therealmoneycoach.com. Email us your questions, your comments, your suggestions, and we will answer those on air and also on our Facebook Live YouTube show on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you email us so that we can get that information that you want to know in your ears. I am Tony Jackson, the Real Money Coach.
And welcome back to the Real Money Coach broadcast with author and host, Tony Jackson.
Welcome back to the Real Money Coach Show here on Praise 100.9, Charlotte's Inspiration Station. And as I remind you each and every week, every place that you get your podcast, whether that's Apple, Google, Spotify, Pandora for Mama and them, or wherever you get your podcast, this show is there. So make sure you share it with your family and friends. As I mentioned to you in the first part of the show, I'm really super excited to have Trevor Otts on the show today. Let me tell you something. I've been watching this brother from a distance, kind of, at the Power Networking Conference, at least ever since I've been involved, which is probably going on 5 years now. But let me give you a little bit of his background. He is known as the $1 million brand man. How you like that, right? $1 billion brand man. Trevor is an automation marketing mastermind behind some of the most remarkable sales and business thought leaders in the world. And he just has cutting edge technology, sales methodology, global reach, diverse campaigns from a number of multi-million-dollar clients. You know, when you look at his client list, it looks like the Forbes top 100 for sure. And where I really kind of got to know Trevor as his leader and founder of the BlackCEO. That is a state-of-the-art Black emerging thought leaders, coaches, speakers, all of that stuff. And I believe he started that in 2017. And if my reading is correct, Trevor, that is now a company that is valued at over $200 million. And we are blessed to have Trevor on the line with us this morning. Trevor, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Good to be here. Happy to be in the mix with what I think is literally the number one podcast, the number one radio show in the world. So let's get it.
Let's get it, brother. Let's get it. See, I like that already, Trevor. I like that already, man. I tell you what, I read a little bit of your background, but I'd like for you to share for our listeners this morning just a little bit more about you, your background, how you got to where you are now. And then, and we'll take a break in a little bit, and then we'll come back and start to unpack some of the things that we're going to talk about on Tuesday.
Yeah, it's funny because I really get a chance to tell the story about how BlackCEO really got started in my kitchen, literally in 2016, actually. And how it was born is I was literally, at that time, we worked for a company, or we had a company called the Peak Performance Institute. And the company, we prided ourselves on just trying to work with everybody. But the reality is every day when we looked up, 95% of our customers were African American. But every time somebody asked us who we worked with, we always said, we work with everybody. We always generalized who we work with. And we always tried to keep our marketing open-ended. We tried to keep our images open-ended. And one day I was talking to my friend and I said, we do all of this marketing and we say we market everybody, but the reality is in maybe 7 years, we probably had less than maybe 5 people who didn't look like us do business with us. And so one day I decided, I said, you know what, we got this brand, it's called BlackCEO, and we're going to launch this thing. And so I called all my friends in the industry, called them and said, hey, man, I'm about to do this conference. It's going to be called BlackCEO, and we're going to do this thing. And you would think that all your friends would be like, yeah, we're going to do this thing. And they said, well, man, I don't know. I do business with, a lot of different people. I don't want to offend them. And so I called another friend, and they said, hey, we're doing this thing called BlackCEO. We're going to do this conference. You're like one of the top black speakers in the world. I want you to speak. And they said, yeah, but I don't know if I really want to be associated with something that just calls itself black. And so I did not realize there was so much fear and so much trepidation amongst people of color to celebrate our own culture, to celebrate our own brilliance, to celebrate our own excellence, to celebrate our own contributions. So that day in my kitchen, I hung up that phone and I posted this post on Facebook. And it just says, as a Black CEO, I am unapologetic about my contributions to the world at large. And it was just a simple post. And it was some variation of that, but it basically says I'm unapologetic about the contributions that I've made to the world. And all of a sudden, on that day, 72 hours later, 40,000 people reposted this. They literally added their names to the list. And on that day, BlackCEO was born. We literally grew from 0 people to 40,000 people in 72 hours.
Wow. And
that's the true backstory of it. And it's been this unapologetic willingness to celebrate our brilliance, to celebrate our contributions, to celebrate our gifts, but to also put ourselves in spaces and places where we're celebrated and not tolerated. And that's BlackCEO.
Man, I absolutely love that. And of course, our big connection, you and I, is really through Dr. George Fraser. And I love how Dr. Fraser, I love how Doc says it. He says, we're black first, not black only, right? And it's so important that we realize that we have to save ourselves. Nobody's coming to save us. It's been 400 years. We're not saved yet, to quote Dr. Fraser. And then also I have a relationship with Boyce Watkins, and he has his B1, right, which is black first. And so I think there's something to be said about unapologetically going and treating and helping our people, because our people need it more than anybody. And you're right. Sometimes we run into that situation where people say, well, I don't want to pigeonhole myself in all these type of things by putting black. Trevor, I remember this, man, when I was in college, an accounting major, right? and Trevor, we would do our resumes and stuff, and people would advise us. And I'm talking even our black advisors would say, I was part of a National Association of Black Accountants, and they said, don't put that on your resume because you're gonna get eliminated just by having that on your resume. And I was like, well, when my butt come in, sit down at the interview, they gonna find out I'm black, so they might as well save me the trouble if they don't want to hire me just because of that. So I love it, man. So listen, we're gonna take a quick break, man, and then we're gonna come back. Trevor, and I want to unpack some of the things that you're doing in AI and those type of things. And so, man, I can't wait to just hear a little bit more from you as we, prepare people and get them ready for the show that's coming Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So listen, we're going to take a quick break, and I'm coming right back with this special guest today, Trevor Otts, on the Real Money Coach Show.
I can't understand it. I can't even explain it. How this love is so wonderful. I thank you for all your troubles now, and every scar that you weathered for my name. What you've done for my soul, I'm complete now. You make me whole. Some things ain't for understanding. Some things ain't for comprehending. It is what it is. It is. Some things ain't for some of us to know. Some things ain't up for debating. Some things ain't for comprehending. It is what it is. It is. Theologians can't show me keep loving me. How it goes and goes for so long, even when I let you down.
This is Tony Jackson, the Real Money Coach. I use my deep understanding of personal financial principles and 25 years of experience to educate my clients and empower them to make informed financial decisions. I dive into the emotional and psychological aspects of money to help them uncover their own beliefs and behavior. I provide practical strategies through personalized coaching to overcome financial challenges, build wealth, and achieve financial goals. To schedule your complimentary session with me, go to therealmoneycoach.com. I'm Tony Jackson. I'm the Real Money Coach.
Want to scale your business to 7 figures and beyond? Join Dr. George C. Frazier, Dr. Michelle Walker Davis, Dr. Michael Roberts, Mr. Stan Matthews, and Dr. Avis Jones DeWeaver, and successful entrepreneurs from across the country at the MBN Millionaire Mindset Conference in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on October 8th and 9th. Call Stan Matthews at 732-357-5701 for more information, or go to millionairemindsetlive.com to get registered right now.
Hey, Tony Jackson here. You know me as the Real Money Coach. Listen, I want to encourage you to do something. And what I want to encourage you to do is email me your questions, your comments, or even suggestions of topics that you'd like us to cover on the Real Money Coach Show. You can email it to info@therealmoneycoach.com. Again, that's info@therealmoneycoach.com. Email us your questions, your comments, your suggestions, and we will answer those on air and also on our Facebook Live YouTube show on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you email us so that we can get that information that you want to know in your ears. I am Tony Jackson, the Real Money Coach.
And welcome back to the Real Money Coach broadcast with author and host, Tony Jackson.
Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the Real Money Coach Show. I'm your host, Tony Jackson. I do want to remind you of this, that if you have not scheduled an appointment to have a conversation or free consultation with me, make sure you go to iPadappointment.com, schedule a free consultation with me so we can talk about your finances. We can talk about how I can help you increase, protect, and dominate your money so that you can retire financially free. Trevor, man, this last week, couple weekends ago now, I guess, we were at the Power Networking Conference, and you did a marvelous power talk, after Marlon Smith and I did ours about AI. And man, it was just outstanding. Man, can you just kind of break down a little bit for us of what you teach or what you coach and consult in terms of using AI for business development?
Yeah, what we really teach is how to leverage technology to really grow your business. And, you know, we come down to really a simple statement. One is the number one problem facing really today's Black entrepreneur is this addiction to our labor as a primary mechanism by which we generate revenue. And that's not to say that we should not work hard, but we work hard in so much as to really perfect our knowledge. But once we have perfected our knowledge, it is incumbent upon each of us to really monetize that which we know. And so one of the things that we pride ourselves on is using technology to really break our addiction to labor. And so that really brings us to right now, what is the thing that's going on in the world? What's the thing that's happening that helps us minimize our labor but really maximize our profits? And we all know the answer to that, which is AI. And so a few things that we really harp on when it comes to dealing with our clients is first and foremost is that there's this belief that AI is not going to take your job, or that there's this quote that AI is not going to replace you, but a person using AI will. And really, honestly, that's really a lie, which is there's a young lady who just a couple of weeks ago decided that she was a really, really great girlfriend, and that she was so great that she was going to teach the AI how to be her in a digital format. She did over $5 million in 30 days. But AI is not going to take your job. Just last week, Netflix literally posted a job position where they are offering $900,000 a year for somebody that knows AI to really start to replace their writer's room, to start writing some of your favorite shows. But yeah, AI is not going to take your job. And then we see that this morning that Universal cuts a deal with Google to say, listen, we're so afraid of what AI is going to do to music. We want you to ban any type of AI-created music that sounds like any of our artists. Because why? Somebody produced a track that sounded a little bit like Drake and a little bit like Weeknd and did more downloads than both of them did combined. YouTube downloads. And so, yeah, AI is not going to take your job. But the truth is, AI is going to take your job. And so I want you to write this down. AI will take your job, so business better be your plan A. AI is drastically going to affect your job. So how you are handling your wealth better be your plan A. That's why I'm really here today with the Real Money Coach, is because we are not prepared. And I'll put it this way. There's really two types of people. Those who are ready and those who are reacting.
Right.
And when you have a plan and when you are prepared, you are ready. But when there is no plan, when you are unprepared, you are always reacting, meaning the decision is no longer your own. And so if you want the decision over your future, your financial legacy, your freedom to be your own, you have to prepare. And so I'm going to give you just a couple of quick nuggets that we're going to unpack later. But here it is. AI is the new you. And automation is the new virtual assistant. And you need both. AI is designed to be you, but automation is designed to do you. So literally what people are doing in this space is they're literally just coming up with solutions that are based upon AI to really handle the thinking part of what you do. But then they're putting that into an automation that handles all of the doing. Do this, then after that, do this, and then after that, do this. And so what we have to do is we really have to prepare ourselves for what is coming. What is coming is we are now, not in the age of technology, we have now just made a significant shift. Welcome to the age of AI. And how you leverage AI will determine not only your financial future, but it's literally going to determine the future of how you and your family exist in the next generation. It's going to determine your family's future. So what we teach now, we've been teaching all sorts of entrepreneurs, all sorts of career professionals how to leverage the true power of AI, because it's not what can AI do, it's what can't it do. Because for the most part, it can do everything. It's just where does your imagination allow you to go as it pertains to the power of AI. So that's really what we do, Marlon and Tony. And really, it's all about the power of AI. And it's about how you can leverage it and use it in your business. And we use it every day. Recently at the Power Networking Conference, we were able to write 200 books. Literally, we took 200 thought leaders in that room, and within a matter of hours, we were ready. We wrote 40,000-word books using the power of AI, based upon each and every person's individual attributes, skill sets, and brilliance in that room. And that was just as a proof of concept.
Man, that's really, really powerful, man. And, you know, I know that we won't even, Tuesday, even though we'll have a good 45 minutes to kind of unpack some of these things, we won't even be able to get to it all then. But there's something you said that really stuck out to me that I really want to unpack. And I'm going to do some meditation on. You talked about an addiction to labor. And I think it's just so opposite of what the media and what the stereotype says about, you know, black people and business owners, lazy, that type of thing. But we're hard workers, man. And to leverage AI and automation to take our businesses to the next level. Can't wait to unpack that conversation. Trevor, if someone wanted to get a hold of you, maybe that's listening this morning, may not be able to join the show on Tuesday, how would they do that?
They can immediately just shoot me an email at Trevor@BlackCEO.com. So Trevor@BlackCEO.com. I personally read all my emails and respond to them. Trevor@BlackCEO.com. Now, something we're going to be doing special for all y'all who's listening right now. We're going to be doing something special on the show. We're going to be doing it just for the show. One, I'm going to be giving you my list of top 10 AI tools. I'm going to be giving you my list of top 10 AI tools that can revolutionize your business and your career for under $20. I'm going to be giving that out. Also, the first people on the line, if you ever want to write a book about anything in your life, anything, whether you want to write about you overcoming cancer or you want to write about your years in corporate America, here's what we're going to be doing then. Those people, only those people who were there with the Real Money Coach, we're going to be doing something special. We're going to be allowing an opportunity for the first 100 people to literally get their books written by us for free at no cost, meaning we're going to literally write your bestseller for you just to demonstrate to you the true power of AI. So I don't know what you're going to be doing, but here's what I know. I would be front and center. I would make sure that I was first on the line. I would make sure that I was there when the Real Money Coach made history. You don't want to miss it. You want to be there. And trust me, it's going to be well worth your time. Back over to you, Tony.
Listen, Trevor, man, I might have to put an admission for this meeting, brother. We might have to put an admission for people to join us on Tuesday. But listen, everybody, we're out of time this morning. Thank you, Trevor, so much for joining in and sharing with our audience. And make sure, everyone, that you tune in to the Real Money Coach on Tuesday, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. Matter of fact, I want you to go subscribe to the YouTube channel right now and be ready and in place so that when we go on the air Tuesday at 8 p.m., you'll get the notification. You've been listening to the Real Money Coach Show here on Praise 100.
We hope you've enjoyed the Real Money Coach broadcast with author and host Tony Jackson. We encourage you to utilize today's strategies and principles to manage your money in the most effective and winning way. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to send us an email, TonyJacksonAgency@gmail.com, or you can reach us on all social media platforms. And if you would like a copy of Tony Jackson's book, Increase, Protect, and Dominate Your Money, log on to www.therealmoneycoach.com. Until next week's empowering broadcast, God bless.